Hello Internet and welcome to Blueprints. As you can see, I have played the game before, but it's been a while. I'm going to go ahead and this will be a new series we're going to start up. I'm going to go restart. I haven't played in a good while. The last time I played on the 27th. I don't even remember. That was literally last month, and as you can see, I only got the day 33. See if I can't show this off before I start a new game. This is a game I'd play occasionally here and there, and I've honestly forgotten half the puzzles. Alright. Alright, here we go. So, I unlocked a good bit of the rooms. So, like I was saying, I have a general idea of what they do. I'm not going to act like I don't. Go back. So there's another menu here. Let me look at my controls here. There it goes. Yeah, had all of these unlocked, but I'm gonna go ahead and reset, because like I said, the last time I played was the 27th, but before that it's been a couple months. I call it a day. Yeah, save and quit. We're gonna start a brand new save file. Abandoned project. Yes, indeed. Save and quit. Take me back to the main menu here. Alright. It's the middle of the night for me.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Alright. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all of the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission, covered in the final print of my will, that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the success of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path. Go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. I'm going to grab our blueprint here. The Mount Holly blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. And of course, searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one footstep. When you no longer have any footsteps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Wrong button. Want to get the sprint going. Start with this door here. And this is basically how the game works. You make the house as you go, And from it, I'm just going to take the hallway here. And from it, you try to get to the antechamber back here. So you can get into room 46. Now there are other secrets in the game. But for now, give me a storage. We'll get to those when we get to them. Sometimes you'll actually get a tool in here. Dining room, I don't really like having dining room there. We're taking corridor so early. Just give me the guest bedroom. Close this off. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. Little nasally today. Probably because it's midnight. Alright. Gonna head back through here. Don't mind opening the den here in the middle. I'm also going to go ahead and just open this up. I'd rather... Give me the parlor. We'll go in here and do... Well, we got a coin purse, I believe. Yes. Each time you collect 3 gold, earn an additional golden interest. Now here in the parlor, we got a puzzle to do. Get the wind-up key. May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the old hams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society. And we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is a rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you would need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend. I'm not going to pretend I'm really good with cursive. I can't make that out. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. So basically what this boils down to is one box tells the truth, one box lies, and one box can do either. So this is obviously a lie. That could be true. Oh, that has to be true, because the other two are lying. So, the first couple are relatively easy, but this room ramps up the difficulty as you play through the game. Don't like this. Just give me the chapel. Because you can play around the chapel at least. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. So we'll go this way. Yeah, give me the West Wing Hall. Because that puts me on the last file of rooms. And honestly, this could be any old room. Give me the bedroom. I don't want to waste the coins from the pantry because of the tithe. So here we could use a key on this. I know you can also, there's like a hammer that you can get and you can bust the lock off. Greetings from Reddington. And since the parlor doesn't have a door leading that way, of course that gets blocked off. I am going to go ahead and do this. Alright, so dice lets me re-roll rooms. I redraw floor plans if I find one I don't like. But I do like the nook. Checking every nook and cranny. There's another chest. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal, will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. And they mean in real life. Unfortunately, I don't have any such thing, but I am recording now, so if ever I forget something, I can always just watch back my own footage. I can open this chest too, because you never know what you'll find inside. I will take the kitchen here. But I think no, I haven't cut off the den, which is good, in case I ever have to go back. No water. So in the kitchen you can find out what's going to be in the dining room. So today is going to be the lemon glazed salmon, which will give plus 20, plus an additional 10 if I have an aquarium. And these cost money, but give you steps Tomato soup's pretty interesting. I'd only get +5 right now. But you never know. I do not mind a passageway right here. Start going to the left. Door's locked. And I do not mind a utility closet right here. Turn that off. Turn that off, and turn that off, and this on. We'll be back here later. There's a puzzle with this, I just don't remember right now. Yeah. I don't remember. Like I said, it's been a while. I'm out of keys. Alright, luckily this door give me the spare room. Nothing going on in here yet. Locked. So, unfortunately, I'm being forced to backtrack because both those doors are locked. My only way forward is the den. So I'm going to have to go back to the chapel. And since I'm going to have to go through the chapel, I might as well spend my money in the kitchen here. And the nice bang for my buck is to get 2 bananas. Alright. And we're going to lose another coin to the tithe in here. Get that gem. Check around for any other collectibles. Alright. I would love to take the dark room, but that would actually completely lock me out. No, but so does the... I'm about to redraw here. About to redraw again. None of those help. Well, wait, nope. Observatory. That does go to the... Thank goodness. So as you just see, I just got 1 star for entering the observatory here. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. So today we'll get a gold. Tomorrow, if we get the observatory again, we'll get the twins, which will have 2 chests. Then plus 3 steps on the 3rd time. 1 gem for 4 stars. Rooms with 4 doors are more common on 5 stars. For 7 stars you get Farmer's Apple. So on the 6th visit, it would be the Southern Cross and the North Star at the same time. 8 is Clavis the Key. 11 is Diamondus Major plus 5 gems. 12 drags us the dead. Dead-end rooms are more common, which kind of bad. 15, the sale, everything is 50% off. Floralis, bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. And that is all of them, I believe. Yep. Actually, I think there's like one more. A 30 one, I believe. But you don't get to see that in the observatory here. I'm quickly gonna turn this way because I do remember this puzzle. Oh, I didn't bring far enough over. I'm such a fool. Gotta go down all these stairs. Bring it one more over. Yeah, so on the side of this telescope, as you can see, there's that little door. And this unlocks you the planetarium. You found a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add the planetarium to your drafting pool? So if you end up in the planetarium at the end of a day, you gain, well, you call it a day, so you have to end your day early. You gain 2 stars. Alright. And now I just take this the whole way around. And I do believe every time you draw the observatory after this, the telescope should be preset. I didn't bring it far enough up. Alright, bring it one more over. And now we can get our bonus. Our free coin. Cool. Despite Uncle Herbert saying there is no benefits carried forward between the days, there definitely are some. Just gotta keep your eye out for them. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items in rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. As I showed you with the dice, this room is also a room you can do the redraw in. Only got the one door, which I will take the East Hall, the Wing Hall in, because it gives me all my rooms. See, on one end, I want to go veranda in case I had another green room. But I'd also like to go lavatory just to get it out of the drawing pool. I'm just going to put the lavatory here. I don't believe anything is ever in here. Alright. Right here I will go pantry, which always gives you a bit of food. At least I've always gotten a bit of food. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. So yeah, apples, I believe, are the worst at 1 step. You gain back. And oranges are the best. Oh no. Well, folks, I do believe, unfortunately, that is the end of the line. Yep. Well, we've got all these steps left, so I'm gonna quickly... No point in wasting them. Because, yeah, I believe... And we've been everywhere. And I definitely didn't miss any items that way, so... Bring you outside. Do some exploring. So eventually we'll be able to unlock this. But we have to get to it from the other side. I do remember that. Make a wish. Yeah. Can I make another one? Alright. Come on down here. I wouldn't want to live here. Of course, it's dark here. My God, it's dark. Dear Lord. Continue on out this way. There's a door here. You gotta unlock that through a puzzle. I believe that's the way in. And down over here, this is where Simon sleeps. I believe you can even... Is it the tent? Yeah. You can use the tent to call it a day. And up here is the orchard, which has a keypad lock. Once you unlock this, you get extra steps each day. I do know there's a photo with this tree in it, and the tree has the keypad number. I don't remember the keypad number. But that is the entire... Oh wait, it's not the entire estate. Right up here is a cave you can unlock, which gives you a couple of gems a day. And that's the entire estate. Oh, is it not going to let me? The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and call it a day. Because unfortunately, we got boxed out. I shouldn't have used those keys on those chests. Those chests are high risk, high reward. Unfortunately, I risked and did not get too big of a reward for it. Alright. Start it up again. Bedroom's free. Give me the closet right here. I don't mind making one dead end. Key and a gem. Put the den here. Then we'll go through the bedroom. Because as you can see, you get 2 steps. But it takes 2 steps, one to enter, one to leave. So, this room is always a net even. Of course, turn that off, that off, and that on. The dark room, when you enter it, will turn off on its own, so you might as well, if you get the breaker room, just shut it off and not worry about it. I'm not going to use the key on that chest. Alright. Also give me the commissary here. Because at the very least, if something does happen, I can always come here and buy stuff. Like the sledgehammer. So with 7 gold, I can unlock the chest for free. And there's the metal detector. Which of course finds any coins about. Now here's what I like to see. Security room. A kind of important room. yeah, now we're in security. As you can see on the camera, you actually do move. I do love how it juts about like you're a poltergeist. Anyways, blue memos equal true, red memos equal lies. So what you can take from that is, hello orange, plus 5 steps, is that this is a lie. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Which means you need access levers to get entry. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. Staff notice, effective the first week of December, payroll for all live out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically, as your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call. It is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Miss Babbage. And you can see down here there's a little password scribbled out. And that gives you access to these. So if you have the password, you can input it. What I'm more curious about is this. So we actually want to set this to high. That'll force security doors. And then we change the offline mode to unlocked. And since we've already got the... Oh no, we haven't yet. No, we have. Since we've already got the breaker room, the utility closet, and turned off the security doors, they're set to offline, so they should all be open. And this tells you if you missed anything. Just that one trunk, so I've been thorough so far. So the reason that's important is because, as the game mentioned, the further up we go towards the antechamber, the more locked doors you run into, including security doors. So finding security and utility closet just makes it to where you can set those locked doors to be security doors and have them just be automatically unlocked, saving you on resources. Alright. And then to find the boiler room right after, but I'm out of gyms. So we're going to go ahead and go hallway here, because weight room is almost never the option. You gotta be desperate to go weight room. This way we'll go for the West Wing Hall. That way I can get this room back here. Because if I remember correctly, there is an achievement for actually having a full house. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask the staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any may draft... Alright, and you can kind of put whatever you want in this corner. But since it's a dead end anyways, I'm going to put the guest bedroom here. Get 10 steps out of it. I'm pretty sure that is the same note. Oh, and we just found the key card. So that will give you access through all security doors in case you don't have the utility closet. So that's actually pretty nice. Go up here. And here's another great find. In fact, this is much better, but I'm out of gems. So that's unfortunate. I would love to get garage there, but it's not gonna happen. So we'll take a nook. You also can't back out. Once you click on a door, you have to make a choice. Well then, if I'm going to be forced anyways, I might as well make that a dead end. I'm going to check. I always end up checking, but there's I've never seen anything in the laboratory. Lavatory, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, so this is just a lie. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. So this is a fun one, if you have the gems for it. Wait, am I? Okay, spare room. I say, am I getting locked in? I'm actually terrified right now because I've only got. Give me the chapel. Only got one way forward. Just checking, see if there's any items. None there. And none there. Alright, so I'm going to go this way first. And I hate doing it because quarter is one of the most powerful rooms in the game. But I'm going to use it here. Door, magnifying glass. That's big. Big because you can inspect so up close like that. Was this just Christmas Day? It was. It was. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marin's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifice as she did. But for the love of God, do not, by that same display of weakness, clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. Pretty sure that's Simon's dad. And this is the murals of their gods. I don't remember their names. East Wing hallway. Give me 2 options, please. Give me a parlor here. And over here. I'd like to hold on to the key, actually, just in case, so we'll go parlor first. Statement appears on another box. The blue box is empty. So the blue box has the stuff in it. Generally for these, if anything mentions the gems, it's either lying or telling the truth. So if it's like, oh, the gems are inside of, like this one says the blue box is empty. So obviously that's a lie because these two are telling the truth. But if it's said like, oh, the gems are in the blue box and nothing else counteracts that, kind of like this case, then yeah, that's where the gems will be. Just look among the boxes for the one that's mentioning where the gems are or are not. Hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting X because of Pal World. Because you use X to pick everything up in that game. Alright, this will continue me up. And see, I got a whole room further with that key than what I would have got with the East Wing. I don't mind, I have 2 open paths, so I'm going to close this one. Just because I get a key back. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, just a little blue duck in a swimming uniform. Swimsuit. I'm gonna go courtyard here and hope I get a shovel. Nope, I got a metal detector. That is a-okay with me. Because it increases my chance of finding keys and coins. The reason I wanted a shovel is you can dig up those spots there and also find stuff. Alright. what do I put here? Honestly, I'm going to drop the observatory in, just so I get my star. And you see it automatically set itself to looking at the sky there. That adds the 2 trunks to the entrance. Alright. And here I will go with the pantry. Oh yeah, it's because of these. That's the metal detector working. Get the orange. Ooh, a conference room. Yeah, put a conference room in. There's a two security doors. Spreading items. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead. Check all of these notepads. We got a lie here. Safe code 9083. Reminder, after meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. So someone didn't do their job because there's notes there. But yeah, so normally you would need the key card, but since I've cut the power and had the security room, all these rooms are just unlocked and become free. We'll do the billiards room. Because there's a puzzle in here. Anything else? Metal detector? Nope. Alright. So here is the billiards room, and here is the puzzle. Alright. So green is addition, yellow is multiplication, I'm pretty sure, or is it division? I can't actually remember. I think that's division. No, it's subtraction, isn't it? Because 16 minus 7, that makes the most sense, which would be 9. Alright, yep. It's the ones after that, it's multiplication and division. Go ahead and block in 3 again. And there's multiplication, which is 10. 2 times 5 is 10. I'm blind. There it is. It's still going? Goodness. Alright then, game. So 15 minus 11 is 4, times 3 is 12. There we go. We got a couple keys. And we'll take our free room this way. The mail room. Honestly, I would want the Great Hall here because I'd like the ability to continue to go up, but also go to the left. And I believe once I walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's one more. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh boy. At the very least, I've got an upgrade disc. You found a floor plan upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Alright, this has to be forward. Give me a passageway that opens up everything that way. Which means this has to be to the left. But that's all my keys. Alright. And of course, but we do get the passageway, so I don't mind doing this and cutting that off. I love to see it. Buried below. Occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. I mentioned that before. That's unfortunate. Alright, well if I'm gonna... I'm forced to. No choice about it. So the next time I draft the mail room, there'll be a package in here. Dad, 1809 Alice Drive, Finn Aries, 63022. Simon P. Jones, Mount Holly Estate, Finn Aries, 63080. Hey buddy, how's it going up there in that big house? I think most people would be pretty scared being alone for this length of time, but I have a feeling you're doing just fine. I imagine you happy as a clam, perfectly content on the estate with the exploration and opportunities for adventure that present themselves each day. As I'm writing this, you're currently in the garage packing the tent. I wanted to try to post this letter before we depart tomorrow, so that it has a chance to arrive during your first few days on the estate. But with all the preparations, I'm not sure that I'm gonna find the time. There's so much I want to say, and I'm sure I'll forget to tell you Friday night. Sometimes it's easier for me to just jot this stuff down. You're yelling at me right now to come bring you a pillowcase. Hold on a sec, I'll be right back. I can tell you're really excited, but I think you might feel a little guilty about being so happy the day after the funeral. Believe me, I know how long Uncle Herbert worked on setting this up for you, and I know from our conversations just how much happiness this final project brought him, so do both of us a favor, be excited. The house really is amazing. I know it's been almost 7 years since we were last up there, and I'm really curious to hear just how much you remember from those summer trips. You've always been smarter than me at this kind of thing, so I'm not sure how much guidance or inspiration I can offer before your trip that will actually be useful to you. Despite my best intentions, I'm sure that on Friday I'll end up leaving you with a few of my overused cliche expressions when we say farewell. Later, alligator. Dad. P.S. Get some sleep each night. Don't spend all your time each day playing dirgy blocks. Alright. Letter from Dad. And of course we got this. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Denny Ravine to sender, as he no longer is employed with our staff. Oh. Here's where the thing was. Utility room fuse box. More detailed instructions will be sent by electronic mail to the address client has provided. Alright, so I go all the greens. Press a blue indicator next to a red one to activate purple. And then 5 purple are needed to activate the 6th. Alright then. Now we're going to duck out this way. That bell indicates that the dining room now has the food in it, which is all the way back here. Which I don't mind, because if I have to backtrack, I can pick that up and then head this way. For now. Well, there's the dark room, and of course the garage again. I'm so upset at myself for using my gems. Okay, well, I'll get the dark room at least. Which, of course, is dark. Alright, let me go this way since it's free. And I'm going to set the gymnasium. So with the gym, even though it says whenever you enter you'll lose 2 steps, if you turn the power out, it actually doesn't work. So that's why we turn the power out on that. And we've reached the antechamber, but we don't have the door open yet, so we haven't found any of the levers. Alright, well, give me a wine cellar. Hopefully I draft the garage again. Because you can only draft the garage, and that's locked. Alright then. So we're gonna trek all the way back. Actually, I'm gonna have to go back to the commissary real quick. I can't remember if they had a key or not. We do need to go back to the utility closet for the dark room though, so. So there's something behind one of these 2 doors. Metal detector's letting me know. Make sure I'm heading the right way here. So we need to go pantry to courtyard to dining room. Go ahead and eat that now. Have dinner. Get a free porthouse steak. Right, that's dead end. Then we go here, here, and then from here, this will be locked. Yep. We have to pay a tithe. Unfortunate. I almost went the wrong way on top of that. We go through here. A lot of backtracking. Double check I haven't missed anything. I've apparently missed 2 gems and 5 coins somewhere. Huh. Oh, you know what? I have a feeling I know where those are. Floor plan upgrade program. So we also made a terminal to upgrade the floor plan. We've drawn storeroom. Storeroom data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgrade floor plans. Select a floor plan below to upgrade this room. So I can give it an extra key, I can give it an extra gem, or extra money. And I'll be honest, I like the money, because with it, if you draw the storeroom and a commissary, you usually can get a good item going. Right, we do need to go to a commissary. So let's go ahead and check to see if they got any keys. No. Sledgehammer would be nice, but that's not going to happen. Because yeah, I could just open these trunks up. And we return to the utility box and turn the dark room power back on. Alright, so that makes blue. If I make this blue and that red. Alright, so that makes purple. Oh no. Right, that makes that. And that said, that unlocks the 6th. Huh. I still don't know what the code is. I do understand that bit now. Yeah, if only I had the sledgehammer. Oh well. No use crying over spilt milk. We'll go to the dark room and hope that I can get the garage in that corner. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the achievement for the... Oh, this is dirgy blocks. Oh, I can't play regardless. Nope, we want to go this way. Continue on this way, get robbed again. Yep, it's this way, then we hook the left. So the gems and the coins are definitely in this room here. I messed up. Right. Oh no, I was going the right way. Oh, wasting steps. Shouldn't have second guessed myself. And now, we're in the dark room. That's big. There's a chance that we can just get a door for free. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark, so keep an eye on that. Okay, yeah, I struggle with. Because when I was going to school, they taught me cursive for 1 year, knows basically just how to read it. Barely. That photo's blurry as all. But I do believe... Yeah, this is the one with the tree on it. 1128. So we can unlock the orchard. Green memos found in Harley's room are always false. That's just the tree again. Okay. Get one shot at this. Well, we didn't get it. That's unfortunate. We didn't get the garage. So honestly, I could continue this day. I could go back all the way to East Wing and try the lockpick on that door. But what I think I'm going to try to do, let's actually count it out. Can I make it back to the entrance hall? 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that's the wrong turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, not currently. Like I can, but I can't make it to where I want to go. I need like 5 extra steps. Lockpick did not work there. I'm pretty sure I can't try it again, right? Oh, I can. Can I just... Does this work? Or is it if it fails once, it's just no point? I think it's, if you fail, it's never gonna open. Alright, but that's fine, because we can... Oh, here's one of the levers, which unlocks one of the doors. Now that is... This right door has just been unlocked, so I'd still need to get around that way, but there is potential to actually end the day out. Well, I've got money now. The thing is I don't have steps. How'd I miss these? It's unfortunate, but I don't have the steppage required. I have the will, but not the means. And that did open. That's actually a great pickup right now. But kitchen, but that... You know what? I think kitchen's actually better for me at this moment. Even though I could have froze my money. Yes, give me that. That's 20 steps. Thank you. And give me the bananas. That gives me plenty of steps to go do what I want to do. Yeah, unfortunately, no money to get the sledgehammer still. Done spent it all. But more important than getting them chests is getting out here. We're zooming now. Yeah, see, these count as steps. Here we go. Unlocking this is way more important. And with that, that's 20 extra steps each day. From now on. So I'll start with 70 instead of 50. Which is a massive boon. Gardener's Logbook, April 10th, 1992. It's a... When I first came on the estate, in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings in the estate, in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nugla, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Espen's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these, I discovered, are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. The soil survey. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house, and while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from the gardens, and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. Barren ground. So there's one spot where don't put a green room. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electric power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gasoline, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are critical. Hang on, let me catch my thoughts. Orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the state. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas lines should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel Rina. Okay, so they're angels, not the gods. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday, and she wondered why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rena's depiction in the chapel. Yes, yes, yes. For keeping the time. The sundial. Anyways, this should be... Here we go. So we turn this off. Three more. Alright. Well, that is a good a time as any to call it, since I can't do anything else in the house. Since my only way forward, it doesn't lead to the antechamber. And I don't have any keys, so I can't unlock it anyways. But we have made good progress. This is a fun little puzzle game, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Anyway, guess we're gonna call it a day, save and quit. And we got an impressive manor. Steps taken 111. Started with 50. And found 16 new rooms. As I was saying, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. And I will see you in the next one.